Experts say North Korea may be able to deploy submarine-launched ballistic missiles within the next 2 to 3 years, and South Korea's defense systems need an overhaul. United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon will visit Korea next week to attend a UNESCO event, but local media is focused on his possible ties with the late Song Wan-jong. And the nation's 10th Creative Economy Center has opened in Chuncheon, Gangwon Province as part of the government's efforts to recast the region into a new industry hub. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Tuesday, May 12th. I'm Luke Clary. South Korean military authorities believe that North Korea may deploy submarine-launched ballistic missiles, or SLBMs, within the next 2 to 3 years. Military experts want a change in the South Korean military defense system, which is traditionally geared toward ground provocations.
This is North Korea's latest Sinpo-class submarine photographed by a satellite late last year. Taken at the Sinpo shipyard in South Hamgyeong Province in North Korea, the photo shows a rectangular opening in the submarine conning tower. South Korean military authorities said that the submarine-launched ballistic missile test recently released by North Korea was conducted through this vertical launch tube. The dummy rocket fired from the submarine reportedly flew 150 meters. Intelligence agencies in South Korea and the U.S. are known to have kept their eyes on the development of SLBMs in North Korea for a few years. It's also been found that the North had conducted several underwater launching tests in the past. The South Korean military projects that, judging from the pace North Korea has developed its SLBM technology, this Sinpo-class submarine would be deployed for combat by 2017. Also, it is expected to take 4 to 5 years to complete the development of the SLBMs to be placed in the submarine.
South Gyeongsang Province Governor Hong Jun-pyo is denying allegations that he received illicit funds from the late businessman Song Wan-jong. He insists that the suspicious funds found in his bank account were secretly raised by his wife without his knowledge, and that he only recently became aware of them.
Prosecutors have raised questions regarding the possible link between approximately $109,000 paid by South Gyeongsang Province Governor Hong Jun-pyo to the Grand National Party as campaign funds on June 23, 2011, when he was running for the chairmanship of the party, and some $91,000 which late Gyeongnam Enterprises chairman Song Wan-jong claimed he had given to Hong at around that time. Hong held a news conference to deny all allegations against him. Hong said that the funds were raised unbeknownst to him by his wife, partly with the money he earned while working as a lawyer for some 10 years, and partly with the monthly activity allowances of up to roughly $45,000 he received as the floor leader of the ruling party.
대여금고를 만들어서 현금을 거기 보관을 했습니다. 내 2군에 들었습니다.
Hong said that he is willing to receive a separate prosecutorial investigation if it is found to be problematic that he omitted the funds from public reports of his assets and spent part of the parliamentary activity allowances for living costs.
United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon will visit Korea next week to attend a UNESCO event, but local media are paying special attention to his visit as late Gyeongnam Enterprises chairman Song Wan-jong spoke of his special ties with the UN chief before his death.
United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is slated to meet with President Park Geun-hye during his visit to Korea next week. The two leaders will exchange their thoughts on the issues concerning the Korean peninsula in the wake of a series of North Korean provocations, as well as political situations in Northeast Asia involving Korea, China, and Japan. The UN chief is coming to Korea to attend the World Education Forum 2015, jointly hosted by UNESCO and the Korean government.
It's expected to lead the way in defining a new education agenda, building on the Secretary General's Global Education First initiative.
In addition to his official schedule, the local media will be particularly interested in his involvement with political issues in the nation. The attention will be placed mostly on his connections to the late Gyeongnam Enterprises CEO Sung Wan-jong, who had stressed his ties to the UN Secretary General before his suicide. However, Pan has denied having any special relations with Sung. Meanwhile, speculation that the UN chief may run for the Korean presidency may also be reignited during his visit. However, Pan has maintained that he's not interested in domestic politics and does not plan to comment on Sung Wan-jong's bribery list.
The nation's 10th Center for Creative Economy and Innovation has opened in Chuncheon, Gangwon Province. President Park Geun-hye says it's part of the effort to recast Gangwon Province into a hub of new industries using big data.
A system to search and buy or sell big data was established at the Gangwon Province Center for Creative Economy and Innovation. It can provide various business models to aspiring business startups.
이 빅데이터를 통해서 받아보니까 굉장히 색다르고 저로서 굉장히 지금 기회라고 생각합니다.
그러니까 좀 하실 수 있는 용기가 더 많이 생기시고 또 시행착오가 없겠다.
To promote development of the big data industry, domestic web portal company Naver and other businesses created a fund of approximately $95.7 million. 112 agencies signed MOUs in 14 sectors.
강원도의 특화 산업에 융합이 돼서 스마트 영농과 창조 관광 비즈니스, 스마트 헬스 케어 등 새로운 첨단 지식 산업으로 재창출되기를 기대합니다.
President Park Geun-hye stressed that Gangwon Province will overcome its geographical and industrial disadvantages and become an advanced base of the nation's innovative economy drive.
Allegations of cheating among some students on the recent midterm exams are plaguing Korea's top-ranked Seoul National University. As the controversy rages on, the university has announced an expansion of its ethics programs.
Allegations of cheating on the midterm exams have erupted at the nation's most prestigious college, Seoul National University. In the wake of the controversy, the university has decided to strengthen its ethics program. Officials at SNU plan to conduct a thorough fact-finding probe and sternly reprimand the students implicated in the cheating. The school will also set up new humanities courses to reinforce student ethics. They will involve classic literature as well as the humanities. University officials hope that these programs will provide students with a chance to ponder about how they should live their lives. Meanwhile, some have alleged that the cheating took place in some of the midterm exams from April. It has been alleged that some students who were checking on their scores for a statistics exam taken in early April changed their answers before challenging the results. The students supposedly ended up getting higher scores. All of the test scores for this class were invalidated. The SNU Bulletin Board is fraught with criticisms against cheating and voices calling for soul-searching.
Clothing sales have grown at large discount stores for the first time in 4 years. In particular, analysts are taking note of the growth in sales of men's suits, an indicator of economic recovery.
This is a clothing section at a large supermarket. It is daytime on a weekday, but the section is crowded with shoppers.
2-3년 전에 입도 못 들이니까 옷이 이제 좀 바르고 낡고 이제 그랬잖아요. 시원해 보이는 거. 그런 컬러 디자인 찾아서 한번 나와봤어요.
This large supermarket saw 1.4% growth in its fashion department sales last month compared to the same period last year. It is the first growth in fashion sales in 4 years since the third quarter of 2011. Fashion items for men led the growth, with increases of 20.1% for golf products, 19.1% for men's dress shoes, and 5.8% for men's suits. Business performance at department stores is also improving, after a prolonged slump which forced them to hold sale events even for spring clothes. One department store saw its business expansion rate jump from 0.6% in the first quarter of this year to 7.9% in April. However, it remains to be seen whether the fashion sales growth is a genuine sign of recovery in consumer sentiment, as the rise may be a temporary response to the unseasonably warm weather.
It has been 120 years since the first modern-era school textbook was published in Korea. Since then, the contents of school textbooks have changed profoundly. Take a look at the illustrations featured in school textbooks of different eras.
The very first Korean textbooks underscored sexual discrimination. Girls were not allowed to attend school. They stayed at home to take care of their younger siblings and help their parents with housework. Textbooks published later on show girls playing in the schoolyard. Some of the pictures even portray fathers doing household chores. Professions introduced in textbooks also differ with time. Textbooks published in the 1970s show workers the pillars of industry, whereas the recent textbooks contain the illustrations of magicians and entertainers. Pictures showing stay-at-home housewives walking their husbands to the door as they head to work have become a thing of the past. Nowadays, in many households, both parents work while grandmothers take care of the children. In the past, when toys were a luxury, children spent most of the time playing outside with their peers. But these days, children prefer to spend time at home using their computers.
시대적인 문화나 교육이나 이런 데 영향을 받은 사람들이 교과서를 또 만들잖아요. 그런 정서나 지식이 그대로.
Illustrations featured in school textbooks serve as vivid evidence of Korea's modern history.
The KBS TV show The Producers, which is about variety show producers, has finally been unveiled. Here's more from the world of show business.
This new KBS TV show vividly portrays what it's like to be a producer at a variety show by portraying several of them. One whose show is about to be canceled, one who is constantly competent, and one an inexperienced rookie working with a top singer known as an ice princess. The Producers, which is the first TV drama to be produced by KBS TV's variety show producers, will premiere on May 15th.
신입사원으로서 이 예능국에서 모든 것들을 진심으로 받아들이는 그런 모습들을 보여드리려고 합니다.
Singer Boa, who debuted 15 years ago, has released her first new album in 2 years and 9 months. It features powerful melodies and provocative lyrics. The album drew the spotlight even before its release because Boa personally wrote all 12 of the tracks.
작곡, 작사, 작곡, 프로듀싱까지 참여하게 돼서 그 어떤 앨범보다도 훨씬 뜻깊고 굉장히 설레이는 앨범입니다.
Boa's comeback drew particular attention because for the first time since her debut, she appeared in a short skirt and high heels, which contrasts with her previous image as a hip-hop artist.
To most Koreans, Chinese food brings to mind black bean noodles called jjajangmyeon and sweet and sour pork. But the world of Chinese cuisine is far more varied and colorful than the few dishes we're familiar with. So let's explore the wide world of Chinese cuisine. This is Chinatown in Incheon, known locally as Little China in Korea. The Chinese community in Incheon was first formed immediately following the opening of the Incheon port in 1883. The Chinese enclave naturally became a culinary haven for a wide range of authentic Chinese food. Among the many Chinese restaurants in Chinatown, one never fails to grab people's attention. This store sells Chinese-style baked buns called hujiaobing. Chinatown's baked buns have evolved to suit Korean people's tastes, so they're filled not only with meat, but also stuffed with sweet pumpkin, red beans, and sweet potato fillings. The buns are baked on the heated walls of a clay oven. Each batch consists of between 90 and 100 buns. More than 3,000 buns are sold on weekends, definitely making hujiaobing one of the best-selling items in Chinatown.
这是中国最好吃的，没想到到韩国来能吃到这么正宗地道的口味的包子啊，真的好吃啊。
Tantanmen is another popular dish in Chinatown. Unlike the Korean Chinese noodle soup of jampong with lots of seafood, the main source of protein in tantanmen is meat. First, spicy chili oil is made by boiling star anise, dried chili peppers, and other fragrant spices in oil. Then the spicy oil is added as you stir-fry beef and vegetables at high heat. Then some spicy seasoning and buttery peanut butter sauce are put in the mixture before adding the stock to complete the tantanmen. The most popular Chinese food in Itaewon is super hot malajangguo, the ultimate in spicy food. Malajangguo means putting numbingly spicy food in a bowl, which is an apt description for this fiery dish. The secret to its mouth-numbing heat lies in its spices. The Chinese peppers impart a spicy fragrance, while Sichuan peppercorns give that signature scorching flavor.
중국에서 지금 젊은이들 사이에서 굉장히 많은 인기를 누리고 있는 요리고요.
Chinese food is more than just jampong or jjajangmyeon. How about going on a culinary adventure of exotic flavors and fragrances of China? Now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.